Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to Olympus High School, home of the Titans, for the final night of Region 6 basketball in Utah 5A classification. Tonight is a significant night for many of our student athletes and their families as we celebrate our exceptional seniors who embody the spirit of Olympus community and the high school. Will you please turn your attention to center court as we honor the players from the class of 2025 who are joined by their parents and friends in the Ozone on this extraordinary night. Prior to recognizing our student athletes, will you turn your attention to the students behind me up on the track that connect our school to those around the world, and show some love to our talented staff at OlyTV. Led by the brilliant Kirk Miller, we thank you for your service to our students at Olympus High School. And of course, to the best student section in the state, the Ozone, your energy and enthusiasm is simply awesome. And these seniors wanted to share their success with you. And now, please join head coach Matt Barnes and his staff in honoring 5 seniors on this memorable night. Let's welcome number 0, Malachi Phillip. Malachi is joined tonight by his parents, Sarah and Marvin. Let's hear it for Malachi. And now on the court, wearing number 10, please give it up for Nate Watson. Nate is joined tonight by his parents, Rosanna and Clay Watson. Let's hear it for McNeil. Now on the court, please welcome number 4, Ty Goldsberry. Ty is accompanied by his parents, Jim and Dark Goldsberry. Give it up for Ty Goldsberry. And now on the court, wearing number 3, please welcome Jack Evans, escorted tonight by his parents, Amy and Casey Evans. Let's get loud for number 3, Jack Evans. And now on the court, wearing number 14, Big Luke Owen. Accompanied by his parents, Danielle and David Owen. Again, let's show some love for number 14, Luke Owen. And finally, let's hear it for this year's team manager, Tanner Gassick. Tanner is joined tonight by his dad, Mike. Tanner will be graduating this spring as well for you boys. And his service is instrumental to the team's success. Fans, these seniors are grateful to coaches Barnes, Hardy, Burt, Giz, Brighthope, Burton, and Jones, as well as Jared Larson, Craig, and Mark, for being the positive examples in their lives. Let's hear it one more time for your 2025 seniors. Coach Barnes and his players would also like to recognize the significant contribution to Olympus basketball for the best training staff in the state. Intermountain Sports Medicine trainers Mike and T are exceptional. Thank you, Intermountain Sports Medicine. Thank you, seniors, for your incredible contribution to Olympus High School. We are Olympus. Utah High School Association. We ask all to be respectful of those around you and support the Olympus community in promoting stellar sportsmanship during tonight's game. Let's unite with coaches Barnes and Frazier in offering positive encouragement to our student athletes and officials. Obscene language or gestures, fighting, throwing objects, or attempting to enter the court and enter a play will not be tolerated. Please be respectful and enjoy the game.
The Battle of the Rock will register its next edition tonight at Olympus High School, where it is also senior night. Malachi Phillip, Jack Evans, Ty Goldsberry, Nate Watson, Luke Owen, and Tanner Gassick will all be playing, and then Tanner will be watching his final regular season game in this gym as a Titan, as the team looks to clinch his share of the 5A Region 6 title. This is Olympus Boys Basketball on OlyTV. I'm Lucas Pierce, joined tonight by James, and let's get into the storylines for tonight's game. Before we start, we would like to shout out our Olympus statistician Jared Larson and thank him for all the Olympus stats you will hear on tonight's broadcast. Now, as it is senior night, it's important to look at how the seniors have all played key contributions to the team this season. Ty Goldsberry and Luke Owen have started pretty much all year and have provided very important depth scoring for Olympus. Owen has also been incredible on the boards. Malachi Phillip and Jack Evans have both been great players off of the bench, with both alternating being the sixth man for the Titans and providing key minutes to hold down the fort when the starters are out. And then Nate Watson, in his limited time playing, has used his height advantage to guard the paint and area underneath the basket real well. So all these players have played a huge role for the Titans this season, and I'm sure it's emotional for them as it is their final regular season coming to an end. But they still have one more game, and we saw these two go at it earlier this year. In the first edition of this game, the Titans stifled the Skyline offense, which led to a 21-point win on the road. Speaking to the defensive masterpiece, the Eagles were only able to score 37 points and shot 35.3% from the field, and this led the Titans to be able to run away with it behind contributions from Gavin Lowe, Caden Jackson, and Luke Owen. Now let's take a look at the up-and-down Skyline Eagles season. Nobody really expected much out of the Eagles coming out of non-region play, but they turned some heads by starting 4-0 with wins over Brighton and Alta. Their time at the top of the standings was short, though, as once they lost to Olympus and Highland, they haven't been the same team since. The biggest thing to note for Skyline is that they may be struggling, but on a good night they can compete and beat anyone, and they probably want to play spoiler tonight. One thing going for the Eagles, though, is that they have 3 players averaging double figures this season. David Rasmussen, Andrew Lindquist, and Cameron Wilson have all been key weapons for the Eagles and are not the reason why Skyline is struggling right now. The biggest issue is the production off of the bench, where Skyline just hasn't really had much this season. But a player to watch out for is Bo Bierman, who led the Eagles in scoring with 15 last game against Highland off the bench. Now let's head over to Keys to the Game with James.
Thank you, Lucas. For Olympus, offensively, they need to make their free throws, specifically late game free throws. Closing out games has been a key issue for the Titans. The team shoots a collective average of 72% from the line. However, Gavin Lowe brings up that average significantly with his 84%. The closest player to him is Caden Jackson with 70%. If the Titans can excel at what has been somewhat of a weakness for them, they'll have no trouble putting the Eagles away for the second time this season. On the defensive side of the ball, the Titans will have to space the floor. This Skyline Eagles team has 3 double-digit scorers, forcing Olympus to need to cover all of them on the court at the same time. A difficult task against the senior forward trio that is averaging a collective 34.5 points per game for the Eagles, more than half their team's total scoring output. Expect to see Jack Evans in a lot tonight, as he has been by far the most consistent defensive presence for the Titans. For Skyline, as you mentioned before, one of Skyline's main struggles is their production from the bench. So their bench only averages 10.2 points per game. And that is a very low amount and cannot stay that way tonight against an Olympus team who is dominant on both sides of the ball. They will need standout performances from bench players Bo Bierman, averaging 8.8 points per game, or Thomas Sunderland, averaging 5.8 points per game. If their bench output can somewhat match their starting lineup's scoring output, they will well exceed this season's scoring average of 56.1 points per game. On the defensive side of the ball, Skyline needs to keep it close till the end. Olympus recently lost 2 games on buzzer-beating threes against Highland and Alta. In both games, Olympus had a chance to take the lead or seal the game, but failed to do so. If the Eagles keep it close into the fourth quarter, they have a real chance to take a late lead to overcome the Titans and topple them to the number 2 seed.
And thank you, James. We're now going to take a break for the national anthem, and we will be back with starting lineups.
With the presentation of our national anthem. The anthem is performed tonight by Grammy-winning artist, the Gator Vocal Band.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Thank you, Sam.
And now for your starting lineups tonight, starting with the Skyline Eagles, who are 12-10 overall, 6-5 in region play, and which puts them at 4th, right in the middle.
6'4", wearing number 2.
It'll be number 2, David Rasmussen, the senior forward, who's averaging 10.2 points per game and had 11 points last game against Highland. Number 5, Andrew Lindquist, the senior forward, who's 6'3". He's averaging 11.6 points per game. Number 11, Cameron Wilson, the senior center/forward, who's averaging 13 points per game. He is 6'9". That's a big advantage for Skyline. Number 23, Jace Bishop, the sophomore guard/forward, who has 23 points on the year. And then number 32, Bo Bierman, the senior shooting guard, averaging 63 points per game. The Skyline Eagles are led by head coach Marcus Freeman and are, of course, looking to play spoiler tonight.
Yeah, and you mentioned Bo Bierman in the pregame, how he had a great game last time. He's now getting the starting, he's called up to the starting lineup tonight. It will be interesting to see how he plays against the Titans in the starting lineup.
And now for the Olympus Titans, who are 19-3 and 9-2 in region play. With a win tonight, they can clinch a share of the region title. It'll be, it looks like they're introducing the seniors first. And then your starting lineups are going to be number one, Gavin Lowe. The junior guard, who's 6 foot, he's averaging 21 points per game and has 23 points on the year. Number two, Caden Jackson, the junior guard, who's averaging 11.8 points per game, and he had 22 points last game against these, so it was really Gavin Lowe and Caden Jackson who did it all for the Titans. Number 4, Ty Goldsberry, the senior guard. He's averaging 7.2 points per game, had 7 rebounds last game. Number 13, Davian Lazarus, the sophomore forward, who's really come on as this season has gone on. He had 6 points last game against East and is averaging about 5 points per game on the year. And then number 14, Luke Owen, the senior forward, who's averaging 9 points per game and 7.6 rebounds per game. The Titans are led by Matt Barnes, who in his career is 36-7 versus the Skyline Eagles.
Not a bad record at all for Coach Barnes. And tonight, I think one of the real challenges for him will be combating the rebounding ability of Cameron Wilson. He's 6'9", and the tallest player for Olympus, Davian Lazarus, is 6'7". So both two tall, lanky guys getting in the paint. We'll see who wins the rebounding battle tonight between those two.
It's a good thing the Titans do have Davian Lazarus, though, because if they had the same team as they did last year, that'd be a real big height disadvantage. So here we go at Olympus High School. The tip is up, and it is won by the Skyline Eagles. Bierman controls. Bierman going against Gavin Lowe. He passes it to Lindquist and then back to Bierman. Now to Rasmussen, who's guarded by Jackson. Bierman getting the most touches on this possession. He hands it off to Rasmussen and now Wilson. Bishop goes into the lane. His shot is up and it is good.
Well done by Bishop. Went up strong against the smaller Gavin Lowe and got the bucket.
Owen passes it to Jackson and then to Lowe. Lowe trying to go inside to Lazarus. He passes it back out to the perimeter. Now Lazarus was open for a second, and Gavin Lowe controls. He's looking to drive. Lowe's layup is no good. Rebound by Wilson. Now Skyline's running up the floor quickly. Bishop's shot is up, and it is no good, but he is fouled, so a good start for Skyline early in this one.
Jace Bishop getting their offense started early, and even though he was double covered, Gavin Lowe still almost made that layup. They got lucky he pushed it a little too strong.
Bishop inserted into the starting lineup recently as he misses the first one. I'm pretty sure Skyline might be dealing with some injuries, specifically with Ite Lustgarten, who's averaging 4.8 points per game. He didn't play last game against East. We'll have to see if he makes an appearance tonight. Second one is good for Bishop, though, and Skyline has an early 3-0 lead, just a minute in. Lowe to Jackson and now to Owen. Goldsberry passes it to Lowe. He's trying to go inside, isn't able to, though. Owen's going to shoot the 3. That one is no good, but Lazarus controls the offensive rebound. Gavin Lowe to Goldsberry. Goldsberry's trying to drive into the paint. He passes it to Lazarus. Lazarus passes it to Owen. He's going to shoot a 3, and that one is blocked by Bishop. Bishop playing a big role early in this one.
Yeah, great defensive play by Bishop. Got up for the block on what seemed to be a slightly open shot for Luke Owen.
Lindquist passes it to Bierman. Bierman's going to put up a 3, and that one is good. So the Skyline Eagles are hot early. They're up 6-0.
And this is not what we expected to see right off the bat. 6-0 lead, and the Titans not really able to do anything on offense up to this point.
Gavin Lowe passes it to Owen. Owen's going to put up his third shot. This one rims in, and so the Titans have their first points tonight.
Good to see Luke Owen not lose any confidence as he had the wide open jumper and rolled it in.
Bishop passes it to Bierman. He slows it down on offense. Bierman going against Jackson, trying to get around him. He drives, he passes it out. This three is up, and it is no good, an air ball by Cameron Wilson. Goldsberry with it, he passes it to Jackson. Jackson to Lazarus, and now to Owen once again. Owen passes it back out to Goldsberry. Goldsberry's driving into the lane. His shot is up, and it's good. So the Titans are starting to find some rhythm on the offensive side now.
Yeah, already stunted that lead down to 2. And Skyline needs to get another little spark going if they're going to keep this lead.
Bierman guarded by Lazarus, trying to go up against him. His shot is blocked away. I'm pretty sure it was Goldsberry with the block. Now Jackson is going to pull up from three-point land, and that one is no good, but Owen gets the rebound.
Always a shot, you hold your breath thinking it will probably go in when Caden Jackson shoots that.
They find Goldsberry, and now Owen. Jackson was open for a second. Skyline doing a great job of guarding the perimeter. Lowe's going to shoot it anyway, and that's 2 threes that rolled in and out for the Titans. Unfortunate possession.
Yeah, got to take a little bit smarter shots, set your feet a little more, and get more accurate on those three-point shots.
Great defense by Owen against David Rasmussen, though, who missed the shot. A lot of contact by Bierman, no foul called. Jackson to Owen. Owen's looking to drive. His shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound by Bierman.
Lazarus needs to get inside on those offensive possessions to try to get those offensive boards. He's got one, but he can't stop trying after just one.
Rasmussen to Bierman. Rasmussen guarded by Luke Owen. We're now under halfway through this first quarter. As the three is up, it is no good, and Jackson comes down with the rebound. And then a foul call on Wilson. It looks like he may have slapped Caden Jackson's arm.
Neither team showing anything incredible on offense yet. Skyline jumped out to the early lead, but now the lead is down to 2. The Titans have to try to get something here to tie it or take a lead.
And this is playing out a lot how the first game did, very low scoring as they find Lazarus, who is fouled.
Number 5, Andrew Lindquist, went sailing over the back of Lazarus, and Lazarus was just able to stand there and draw the foul.
It will not be on the shot, though. If he went up with it, probably would have gotten called for the shot, but instead he just held on to it, played it safe. Phillip is open from 3, and that one is no good. Rebound by Lindquist. The Titans are struggling from 3.
Yeah, not something you see normally with Caden Jackson and Gavin Lowe, both very efficient three-point shooters.
Skyline isn't doing much better since their hot start. As Lowe drives into the lane, lays it up and in. Beautiful drive by Gavin Lowe in transition.
And it's incredible to watch him go up against the way taller defenders, go up and around them and get the layups.
And Skyline keeps missing their layups under the basket. They're going to have to convert on those as Lowe gets fouled driving to the basket once again.
Gavin Lowe, he knows how to work his way inside, and that's his favorite place to go, is right up 1v1 against his defenders, get up and around him for a layup or 2 shots at the line like this.
And you mentioned earlier Gavin Lowe is the Titans' best free throw shooter. And the Titans really need to improve on their free throw shooting, as that's what's cost them a lot of games down the stretch, or at least 2 games.
Unfortunate miss for Gavin Lowe. He is 0 for 1. Yeah, and you don't like to see that to start the game, especially. You want to get in the pattern of making your free throws, especially when the game is this close with the first quarter already winding down.
Second one by Lowe is good, though. So the Titans, now on a 7-0 run, have taken the 1-point lead. Skyline has been getting some great looks on offense. They just need to convert them, as Nate Watson fouls Cameron Wilson, who is driving into the paint. And they're going to call it a...
We have an Olympus foul.
They're going to call it a shooting. It looks like they're going to call it on the floor. I was very confused there for a second as they all gathered around the line.
Skyline basketball 10 line.
Good job by the refs clearing up the confusion.
Frazier is not happy with that call, though, the head coach of the Eagles. They inbound it to Lindquist. Lindquist passes it to Bierman, who's guarded by Lowe. Bierman's three is up. It is no good. And Skyline continues their cold spell on offense. Jack Evans passes it to Phillip. Phillip going into the lane. His shot is up. It is no good, but he is fouled, so he will be headed to the free throw line now.
Well, Titans are getting early free throws here in this game. Phillips will now bring the total up to 4, I believe, for free throws for the Titans.
And that's ultimately really good for the Titans to be able to get to the free throw line and have those opportunities. They just need to convert on them.
Yeah, converting on these free points right now helps secure your lead through the whole game.
First one by Phillip is up. It is no good. So the Titans now 1 for 3 on their free throws.
Yeah, not exactly the percentage you want to be shooting if you're going to take a big lead in this game.
And it's not a problem you want going into the playoffs either, where every point will count. Second one by Phillip is up, but that one is good. So now the Titans have a 2-point lead with just over 2 minutes left in this first quarter. It's been a low-scoring first quarter, both teams struggling on offense. The shot is up. That one is no good by Bishop. Rebound by Goldsberry. He brings it up the floor quickly now and slows it down. Lowe tried to get around Lundquist. He passes it to Goldsberry, whose three is way off. Rebound by Rasmussen.
Heavily contested there. Goldsberry put it up, though. Wild miss.
Rasmussen driving against Phillip. His shot is somehow good. What an incredible behind-the-back layup by David Rasmussen.
Yeah, falling away from the defender. Throws it up over Malachi Phillip and in.
Goldsberry to Evans now. Evans looking to drive. A lot of contact, no foul. He puts up a shot, and that one is no good. Great defense by Skyline. Bierman now going quickly. His layup is no good, as Skyline has missed a bunch of those. Evans now, a lot of contact, yet still no foul. And it's Rasmussen hurrying up the floor. He tries to go around Phillip, and his layup is no good.
Wow, missed layups, no calls. So a lot of kind of unfortunate things on offense for both squads right now.
Gavin Lowe nearly turns it over, but Goldsberry controls. And then he nearly turns it over, and Phillips double teamed right now. He gets out of it, though, as there's 40 seconds left, and they're going to call a moving screen on Malachi Phillip.
So a lot of the Skyline student section showed up. They're getting into the game now. As Ty Goldsberry was in the corner, they were giving him a little bit of heckling, and it's what you see with these long-time heated rivalries.
Interestingly enough, though, there's not really a lot of energy in this gym right now. It's very subdued for a rivalry game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, and I think you can accredit part of that to the low-scoring quarter that it has been so far.
Bierman guarded by Phillip. Difference between the shot and game clock is about 4 seconds. Bierman drives. His shot is no good. He's missed quite a few of those, and then it will be out of bounds off of Phillip. So Skyline will have an opportunity for the final shot of the first quarter.
Yeah, you can bet they're going to hold it, but don't really know what they're going to try to get here, as layups don't seem to be the way to go for them, but also haven't seen anything special from three.
I mean, Bierman has had multiple or quite a few chances under the rim. He hasn't been able to convert them as he controls after Lowe nearly steals it. He passes it over to Bishop. The three is up. It is no good. And the first quarter finally comes to an end. It was a very interesting quarter, not exactly what we expected as we have a low-scoring affair tied 8-8.
Yeah, and I don't think we've seen the Titans come out this slow all season. This has been a defensive battle, but it hasn't really felt like that. It's felt more like both teams are just missing their shots. And you don't see it often from either of these teams where they miss this many open layups, this many shots that they usually make.
For the Titans, Gavin Lowe only has 3 points, which is part of why they've been a little slow to start this game. It really is just a matter of making shots for both of these teams because they're getting looks.
Yeah, Olympus has missed, I believe, 3 threes in that quarter. They missed 1 or 2 layups. Skyline missed about 4 or 5 layups. And Bierman accounted for about 3 of those. So they are going to have to be more efficient down low as they've gotten close, but getting close on shots isn't going to get you the lead.
Skyline was able to hold Olympus to only 58 points in their first matchup, and Olympus held Skyline to 37 points, which I mentioned earlier. So these teams know each other, and they know how to play good defense against each other. Just right now, it's making the shots. We start this second quarter with both student sections sitting down as Jackson finds Owen. Owen to Lowe now. Skyline playing some great defense. Owen finds a lane, lays it up and in.
And he got right between Bierman and Rasmussen's arms there. Both came at him as he went up, still got it over them and in.
Bierman guarded by Lowe, now to Rasmussen. He passes it to Lindquist. It was nearly tipped away by Gavin Lowe. Lindquist trying to find some space. He passes it to Thomas Sunderland. Sunderland going against Jackson. He gives it off to Rasmussen. Titans playing some great defense. Rasmussen going in, and his shot is up and it's no good.
Gotta make smarter passes, make smarter shot attempts.
And then tough foul right there by Thomas Sunderland, who kind of grabbed Gavin Lowe's face. The refs got him for it.
Yeah, and that could even, in my eyes, be thought of as a tech. You can't grab someone's face and rip it in one direction.
The refs say it's just a common foul though, and we continue playing. They try and go inside to Davian Lazarus. It's tipped away by Rasmussen, and it goes off of Lazarus's leg. So good defense possession by Skyline, not letting Olympus get an easy layup.
Hustle plays, and now they've got a chance to tie the game up or get a 1-point lead.
Rasmussen guarded by Lazarus, and they're going to call a kicked ball on Lazarus, so Skyline will be inbounding.
Couple stoppages in a row there as we had a relatively fast first quarter.
Still waiting to get some energy in this building. It's just been an ugly game so far. Sunderland to Bierman. Bierman's looking to drive once again. This time he is able to convert on the layup as Skyline ties it.
And he really likes driving that left side, and you see why. He's able to get it over his defender and bank it in.
Skyline student section getting a little loud now as Bierman commits the foul on Jack Evans. That'll be the first on Bierman. And Olympus will be inbounding right in front of the Skyline student section and bench. Owen gets it to Gavin Lowe. The Titans look to go to work on offense. Lazarus trying to get around the defender. His layup is no good, but a foul is called, and Skyline's wishing that they had called a traveling violation.
Well, that's the advantage when you have Davian Lazarus in the game and Cameron Wilson not. Davian Lazarus can go up again almost against almost any one of these guys on the court right now and have the height advantage.
First one is up, and it is good by Lazarus, so the Titans retake the lead. Second one is up. That one is long, no good.
Again, shooting 50% from the free throw. A little unfortunate in this matchup.
Bayless thought about the three. He said he hands it off to Sunderland. Now to Bierman. Sunderland again. He thought about the three as well. And Lundquist has it now. They pass it out. The three is up, and it does not bounce in. That shot was by Jace Bayless. Gavin Lowe moving quickly. He has a lane. He's not able to get around the defender. He passes it out to Owen. Owen's going to pull up from mid-range. That one is no good.
And this is one of the most inefficient games I think we've seen all year from the Titans. And they are just missing all these open shots that they normally are making.
For sure, and thankfully for them, Skyline's missing a whole bunch of those shots as well. Three by Lindquist is up, and it bounces off the back of the rim. No good.
And I don't hate the decision for Skyline to shoot threes. They really struggled with layups in the beginning of this game. Shooting threes, they're not making them yet, but I don't hate to see the attempts.
Ty Goldsberry checks back in for the Titans. In for Jack Evans. Low to Lazarus. Back out to Low. Lazarus set a little screen right there. And now Jackson thought about going inside to Owen, but Owen is fouled on the pass attempt. Gavin Lowe will be inbounding right at the Titans' end.
Skyline's got to be careful here. One more foul, and Olympus is in the bonus with more than 4 minutes left.
Goldsberry passes it to Jackson, and Jackson to Lazarus. Lowe was open from three. He drew the defender into the air, and now he's driving, spinning his way in under the hoop, but Lazarus controls. Goldsberry thought about the three, and then he loses control of the ball. It'll be a Titan turnover.
I wanted to see Caden Jackson pull up. He had the smaller defender in Shane Mulvey on him, and he was a few feet back from him, and I think that's a better shot than making Gavin Lowe drive in and have to look for a quick pass out.
And Gavin Lowe's then triple team, so it's not like he's able to go up for a layup. Rasmussen passes it to Mulvey. Mulvey to Sunderland. And now back to Bayless. Bayless is going to pull it from deep. That one is no good. Rebound by Owen. Jackson going around the defender. He was open from mid-range for a second, but decided not to take it. Now Lazarus passes it out to Owen. Owen driving. His shot is up, and it is good, plus the foul. Much needed offense for the Titans.
Great follow through by Luke Owen. There was a lot of contact as he drove the lane. Stayed true with his shot, and it went in, and now he's going to get a chance to make it a three-point play.
Owen getting ready to shoot. First one is up, and it is good. So it's the first trip to the line for the Titans where they went 100%.
And now Luke Owen matches Gavin Lowe with 5 points on the night.
Both of them looking to score some more, but also specifically Owen having a good game so far. Rasmussen to Sunderland. Sunderland guarded by Lazarus. He's driving. Nasty spin move right there, but the rebound by Bayless. And then Sunderland somehow controls and misses the layup. Owen comes down with the rebound for the Titans.
Well, two good looks for Sunderland, and both. He just bounced them a little too hard.
Jackson's three is no good, way off. And then they're going to call an offensive foul on Lazarus. And so Skyline will get the ball.
Interesting foul call. Didn't see what they were calling it on there. It seemed like Lazarus just went up for the rebound, got it, and then they called the foul.
Olympus with a 3/4 court press, trying to draw the turnover on Skyline. They get across the timeline easily, though. Mulvey thought about the three, instead passes it to Bierman. Bierman guarded by Gavin Lowe. Now driving is Lindquist, he passes it back out. Mulvey is going to shoot the deep three, but it is blocked away by Caden Jackson, and now Owen brings it up the floor.
Great defensive play by Caden Jackson. Mulvey was hungry for that shot. He kept looking for it, so great block by Jackson.
Gavin Lowe trying to get around Mulvey, didn't have any room though, as a miscommunication between Owen and Goldsberry, as Bierman is going to lay it up and in off of the turnover.
We should mention into the game for Davian Lazarus came Luka Milas, who had his best game all season with 13 points last game.
Titans looking for a spark on offense as Gavin Lowe is able to lay it up and in. No foul called with a lot of contact, but the Titans answer Skyline's bucket.
And every shot in the paint for him. He's going up against two defenders, getting contact, still making it in.
Bierman passes it to Bishop. Bishop to Mulvey. And now it's Sunderland. Sunderland's driving against Goldsberry. They're going to call a foul on the shot, it looks like. So Sunderland will be heading to the line for the Eagles.
Got to make sure you're keeping your hands up, not swiping in and hitting their arms.
Looks like Nate Watson's getting ready to check in for the Titans. They are playing a lot of guys tonight and rotating them in and out a lot.
Yeah, a bit of senior night, I think it is, but also Barnes just feeling who's got the hot hand, who's struggling, and making those decisions.
Second one is up, and that one is no good. Owen with the rebound. Nearly tipped away, but he regains possession. Milas to Gavin Lowe, who's going to shoot the deep three. That one is long. And Jackson somehow saves it to Gavin Lowe. Milas is going to shoot the three, and that one rims in and out. That would have been a big momentum possession for the Titans.
Yeah, and so many in and out threes. Just so unfortunate, as this Olympus team is usually very efficient from behind the arc.
Lindquist to Bierman. Bierman's going to pull it from deep. That one is no good. Rebound by... That's going to be a rebound by David Rasmussen, who played it real smart and threw it off of Luke Owen out of bounds.
And it's getting aggressive out there. You can tell that fight over the rebound. Both of them were going at it pretty strong.
Every fight for the rebound has been very tensious as Jackson tips it out of bounds.
There's Caden Jackson once again making the play. He had the block and now the tip out of bounds.
It's Rasmussen. Right now he's guarded by Watson. Up with the three. That one is no good. Sunderland missed it.
Caden Jackson gets the rebound for him there.
Gavin Lowe to Caden Jackson, and now to Luka Milas. Gavin Lowe trying to go around the defender. He does, lays it up and in.
Super impressive. Rasmussen, he's got just a little bit of height on Gavin Lowe. Gavin Lowe is so good at going around his defenders on his layups, swinging it up and around their arms and in.
Skyline nearly turned the ball over. Now the three by Sunderland. That one is no good, but the offensive rebound and layup by Jace Bishop.
Beautiful play by the sophomore. His awareness on the court, even as just a sophomore. He sees that, goes up and gets the second chance points.
Gavin Lowe's gonna pull up from mid-range. That one is no good. Rebound by Bierman. And the three by Jackson is no good off of the turnover. So we have a very low-scoring affair here at Olympus High School. The Titans go into halftime with an 18-15 lead.
And the story of tonight for both teams, inefficiency. Both teams have been missing shots that they almost always make. And the most surprising to me has been the Titans' inefficiency from three. They are one of the most impressive three-point shooting teams in region, and yet tonight they are not making them like they usually do.
And this low-scoring performance has really sucked the air out of the gym, really. hopefully in the second half we can get some more of that energy going.
Yeah, I think both coaches will have some talks with their players, let them know what they need to do on offense to start scoring better.
All right, we're going to take a break for halftime where you will see a performance from the Olympus Dance Company. I'm Lucas Pierce.
And I'm James Schwartz.
We'll be back.
To the court for a special halftime presentation from our friends at Zupas. Please welcome Lexi and Savannah. Participating in tonight's contest will Danny from Skyline come on down and Jack Holmer from Olympus please come to the court. Thank you, Lexi and Savannah, and our friends at Zupas for tonight's contest. Fans, the night's second half sponsor. His Intermountain Sports Medicine, Olympus High School wants to recognize our great community partnership with Intermountain Healthcare. Start of the second half, Skyline basketball.
Welcome back to Olympus High School, where both offenses will look to start shooting better, as the Titans went into halftime with an 18-15 lead.
Yeah, both these offenses not very efficient shooting-wise. Missing threes, missing layups. They've got to start making shots for this game to get exciting and for Skyline to take a big lead or Olympus to take a big lead.
It is not often you see either of these two teams shooting like they are tonight. It'll be Skyline who starts with the ball. Cameron Wilson passes it to Bishop. The three is up, and it is an air ball. Caden Jackson comes down with it, and that's a lot of what we saw in the first half. Gavin Lowe passes to Jackson. Owen, three's up. Three is good. Big shot for Luke Owen. He's now up to 8 points tonight.
Him and Gavin Lowe carrying this Olympus offense. They are currently combined for 17 of the 21 points.
Bierman goes up with it, and he is fouled, so he'll be at the free throw line.
And for Skyline, airballing a three on the first shot of the half is not what you want to see.
But they will have an opportunity to score here. First one by Bierman is no good. Both of these teams just struggling from wherever they're shooting tonight. Even Olympus has struggled from the free throw line, and now you're seeing it with Skyline too.
Yeah, and their coaches have got to just drill it into their heads. Hey, we've got to make our shots.
Gavin Lowe brings it up the floor. He passes it to Lazarus. Lazarus to Goldsberry. And now to Owen. Owen finds Lowe. Lowe's looking to drive. It's what he does best. He passes it to Lazarus. The three is no good. Rebound by Goldsberry. He goes back up with it, and he is fouled.
Beautiful offensive rebound by Goldsberry in the mix of three defenders, and then was able to go up with it and draw the foul.
So Olympus will be, or Goldsberry will be looking to be the first Titan to go 2 for 2 from the line, as Skyline, I believe, calls a timeout. Marcus Frazier wants to talk to his team, calm them down a little bit coming out of half.
Good timeout call by Coach Frazier, as they're only down 5 right now. Could become 7, but that's a small enough deficit that you can come back if you make your shots, which is something that Skyline has not been doing to start this half. But if Marcus Freeman helps them, if Marcus Frazier helps them regroup and is able to get them scoring on offense again, then this game will be right back where we were in the first quarter, tied up.
Their football team would really like the help of Marcus Freeman. I'm not sure how much he can help for basketball, but their football team could use any help they get, as Goldsberry misses the first. Titans still shooting 50% from the line tonight, as the second one is no good as well.
Unfortunate misses, and this just makes it easier for Skyline to come back.
Bierman guarded by Lowe. Now to Wilson, back to Bierman. Bierman's gonna pull up for a deep three, and that one is good. That's what Skyline needed. Bierman with a three to cut the deficit to 2.
And Coach Frazier started him tonight. He knew something like that was coming. He knew that Bierman could give him some much needed offensive production.
Lazarus's layup is good. Nice passing by the Titans to find Lazarus underneath.
Yeah, quick and accurate. Low to Jackson to Lazarus for the nice layup.
And it's nearly turned over there on the inbounds pass. Jackson tipped it out of bounds, and it'll be another one for Skyline.
That's his second one of those hustle plays, tipping it out of bounds. So Caden Jackson really aware with his court vision on defense right now.
Bierman double teamed, but he finds Rasmussen, and he gets it to Bishop. So Skyline got across the timeline with ease. They find Lindquist and pass it back out to Bierman. Bierman guarded by Lazarus. Lazarus with the height advantage. Caden Jackson now guarding Bo Bierman. And they find Rasmussen in the corner. Lindquist draws Lazarus off of him for a second. Bierman's gonna pull it from 3 again, and that one is good. Bo Bierman is on fire from 3-point land, and Skyline's in this one.
Well, starting off for him, 2 for 2 from 3, 6 points. and that one was heavily contested. Very impressive to see Bierman, who hadn't started the entire year, but got the starting job tonight, and he's showing why he deserves it.
Goldsberry with a three, it's up and it's good. And we're starting to see the offenses get back on track now, as that's the second three of the game for the Titans.
Yeah, this is what you expect to see in a game between these two. Back and forth scoring, responding when the other team hits threes with your own.
Wilson trying to go. He passes it to Rasmussen. The three is no good. Rebound Lazarus. Lowe brings it up the floor. He's looking to go quickly. He has a lane, lays it up and in. It's his signature move to go so quickly in transition.
Yeah, and we knew exactly what was happening there. It was him one-on-one with Bishop.
Nearly a turnover, but Lindquist comes down with it. He's driving to the basket. His shot is no good, but they're going to call an offensive foul on him. Great job by Luke Owen to draw that.
Yep, he did a great job standing strong in the paint, taking the contact, and you know, those are the gritty plays that you have to be able to make to get those charging fouls.
Gavin Lowe brings it up the floor for the Titans. They're up 28-22 as the offenses are starting to get going. Jackson lays it up and in. Great find by Lazarus.
Here we go. Some accurate passing, and Lazarus is starting to get his feeds inside. And we've needed to see this all year before tonight, and I'm very happy to see it finally. Some quick, accurate passing and using Davian Lazarus inside.
And for Skyline, they finally started to get it go on offense a little bit, specifically Bo Bierman, but outside of that, they don't have much.
Yeah, and with their offensive production, they're losing their defensive production, as it was a 1-point game, 23-22, now an 8-point game, 30-22, and they let it get out of hand very quickly. And so we'll have to see how they can continue the offensive production from Bierman and others on the team, while also being able to defend the Titans.
And even though the Titans are starting to get hot on the floor, the student section still hasn't been very loud tonight. We're going to need some better showings from the student section as we go into the playoffs.
Yeah, some more energy. I mean, this Skyline student section is honestly showing them how it's done. They're getting riled up. They're on their feet. They're there for every play.
It's been that way all year for the Titans, though, you can see the difference right here. The student section is sitting for the Titans, but Skylines is standing ready to go, even though they're down by 8.
Yeah, you got to have a little more energy and loyalty, but hopefully we'll see that going into the playoffs next week.
That's tipped out by the Titans. Rasmussen inbounding. Olympus with a full court press. It's nearly stolen away, but they pass it to Bierman, and it is stolen away. Caden Jackson's going to pull up from 3. It's no good. Rebound Gavin Lowe. Titans get a second chance on offense.
The extra physicality on offense is getting them these second chance shot attempts.
And they're going to get a third opportunity. Gavin Lowe finds Davian Lazarus underneath. He lays it up and in.
Beautiful offensive rebounding, and again, a beautiful dime inside to Davian Lazarus for the easy bank off the glass and in.
And now this full court press is starting to cause Skyline some troubles as the Titans get yet another turnover. Goldsberry is driving. He has a lane. His shot is good.
And he parted the seas there. There was no one in the paint. Went right up in between 2 defenders and got the layup.
What a run for the Titans. Skyline got it within 1, 23-22. Olympus responded with an 11-0 run. So it's really been some beautiful basketball, specifically that full court press.
Yeah, and this is what we were saying in the first half. This is the Olympus team we've seen all season at home. The production, the defense, the tight pressing defense, causing turnovers. Great to see it kind of emerging in this second half and getting the Titans a very quick 12-point lead. for Skyline, I mean, they're just stunned. This is their third timeout of the half, I believe. And
they really have no answers right now.
yeah, Frazier just, you see him there, he's shaking his head. He in disbelief that what was a 1-point lead and then an 8-point lead, now a 12-point lead. And that just makes it that much harder for them to come back.
Skyline inbounding. Can they get it across the timeline this time? They pass it to Rasmussen. They're able to do so. He had Bishop open for a second. His floater's no good. Collects his own rebound. And Mulvey passes it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen to Mulvey. He's going to shoot the deep three. That one is no good.
Interesting by Rasmussen. Seemed like he had a bit of a 3-on-2 situation, but wasn't able to capitalize on it.
Jackson was open from three, instead didn't take it. He drives, lays it up, and then plus the foul. And one opportunity for Caden Jackson at the line.
And he pumped in the air and went around the defender's hands and got the tough layup to fall. And now we'll get another chance to extend it by another point at the line.
And the Titans are really starting to assert their dominance now, as it is up to a 13-0 run. Full court press on again. They nearly get the turnover, but Sunderland passes it to Jace Bishop, who isn't able to control it. Another turnover for Skyline.
There's where you see a bit of the inexperience for the sophomore, losing control of that wide open pass.
Now Skyline implements a full court press of their own. Lazarus is open from the corner. That one is no good. And we're going to have an over the back foul on Ty Goldsberry, I believe.
His second.
Well, even with that call, Ty Goldsberry in this quarter, he has been a beast inside. He's been getting rebounds like nobody's business. He had his great layup when he went up against two defenders. So he was making a great positive impact tonight in the third quarter for the Titans.
Gavin Lowe is able to secure the turnover, and he calls a timeout. Great job by Gavin Lowe. Great awareness to call the timeout.
Yeah, and wow, just look at this lead right now. It was 23-22, a 14-0 run for the Titans. Skyline doesn't know what hit them. They can't do anything on either side. They can barely inbound the ball with the tight press defense the Titans are playing right now.
And things really changed in this game so quickly. It's playing out a lot like it did the first game between these two teams, where Skyline just isn't able to get anything going on offense, and Olympus doesn't have to have the best night, but it's a good enough job to get it done, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, and part of this, I believe as well, is Caden Jackson started getting his scoring going. He and Gavin Lowe came out hot this quarter, and I don't even know if he had scored in the first half, but he's now up to 5 points, I believe, in just this quarter.
We seem to be having a referee discussion right here.
While they discuss, we'll say the lineup now, you're seeing more of the regular kind of starting lineup for the Titans. Barnes decided not sub in as many people, and so far it's working.
They took 3 seconds off the shot clock, and now we're ready to go. They pass it into Luke Owen, layup up, and good.
Well, it was good defense by Bayless. He went straight up, strong against Luke Owen. Luke Owen just too efficient from there to miss.
Skyline gets it across the timeline, something which they haven't been able to do in this second half, as Rasmussen lays it up and in, and Olympus's 16-0 run comes to an end as Gavin Lowe is fouled.
And I don't know what the Skyline players were arguing. They both almost half wrapped around Gavin Lowe. It's going to be a pretty clear foul call.
I have to think they were trying to go for the jump ball there, just a little too much contact.
Yeah. And before that foul, Rasmussen on his cut to the basket, he was super quick with it. Got the got the dime inside to him, and then his release on the layup, super fast.
Caden Jackson passes it to Jack Evans. Jack Evans passes it back to Jackson. They have 5 seconds to get it across midcourt, and they do. Somehow that wasn't a turnover. Jackson to Owen. Owen driving. His shot is up, and it is good. Off of the backboard. Off of the backboard.
Yeah, dribbled around Mulvey, went up strong against his defender inside, and banked it in.
And that'll be another offensive foul drawn by Luke Owen, his second of the game. And the Titans have dominated this third quarter.
And right now, with Gavin Lowe out, there's no need to fear with Luke Owen in the game. 12 points. He's been rebounding all night. Drew his second charging foul for the Titans there.
Owen has really emerged for the Titans this season. At first, he wasn't the biggest contributor, but as the season has gone on, he's gotten better and better.
Yeah, at the start of this season, we all kind of thought of Caden Jackson as the immediate number 2. But now as the season has gone on, Luke Owen has emerged as kind of another second option for this team.
And then Lazarus is fouled by Rasmussen, I believe. And because the Titans are in the bonus, Lazarus will be shooting free throws. They are looking to go for 2 for 2 for the first time tonight.
We've talked about it since the beginning. Missed free throws are a big problem.
First one is up, and it is no good.
Returning for the Eagles, please welcome number 5, Andrew Lindquist. Number 11.
As we see Cameron Wilson come back into the game for the Eagles, you've got to imagine he's got to feel a drive to stop Davian Lazarus, as Lazarus has been on a bit of a run. He has 5 points. He had those 2 nice layups inside in this quarter. So it'll be interesting to see that matchup with Wilson back into the game.
And then just clarification for the audience, Gavin Lowe, instead of being number 1, he is now number 12 due to some sort of jersey malfunction. So just be aware of that as the game goes on. Second one by Lazarus is up, and it is no good. Second straight trip to the line for the Titans, where they went 0 for 2. Rasmussen to Bierman, who's back in the game. Bierman has leading the way for Skyline with 14 points. The three-pointer by Lindquist is no good. Rebound Goldsberry.
And there's Ty Goldsberry hauling in yet another rebound for Oli.
Evans passes it to Owen. Owen to Lazarus. Gavin Lowe in the corner. He gets around Bierman, spinning. He passes it to Lazarus. Evans had Lazarus open for a second, wasn't able to get it to him. The Titans still passing around the perimeter. Lowe's 3 is up. It is no good. Rebound Wilson. Nearly a turnover, but Rasmussen controls and brings it up the floor. Quick pass to Lindquist, and now he slows down. Lindquist driving against Gavin Lowe, but he swats it away and gets the steal.
No shot clock left, and Gavin Lowe's going to hold for the final one.
They're going to let that clock drain. Gavin Lowe already has 2 buzzer beaters this year to win the games. We'll see if he can get a third quarter buzzer beater right here.
And this season has been one of buzzer beaters for the Titans. I believe it's around 4 buzzer beaters this season.
Gavin Lowe's driving. He passes it to Goldsberry. It's nearly stolen away. Goldsberry going to pull up from the free throw line. It does not bounce in. But what a start to the second half for the Titans, as they have a 41-24 lead and completely dominated Skyline in every facet of the game.
Yeah, and in that third quarter, I believe their run got up to 14-0 or around there, and just took this commanding 17-point lead. And at this point, you have to start wondering, what can Skyline do? What can they do to make a comeback against an Olympus team that is playing this efficiently?
And really, for Skyline, I don't know if they have enough offensive firepower to come back.
Yeah, we haven't really seen it tonight from them so far, as no one except for Bo Bierman has been able to have a constant scoring output. So, and surprisingly, Cameron Wilson, 0 points on the night. The leading scorer of the team has 0 points, and that's never going to get you wins.
Titans are doing a great job of defending underneath. Inbound. The Titans will start with the ball. We've got 8 minutes left in this game. Of course, that means the Titans are 8 minutes away from clinching a share of the 5A Region 6 title. If Highland Ward were to lose to West tonight, the Titans would win it outright. If the Rams win as they are expected to do, it'll be a share. No matter what, though, the Titans are getting a bye heading into the playoffs, as Goldsberry is blocked and fouled.
Almost the big defensive play by Wilson. Just swiped down a little too hard on Goldsberry.
That puts our very own Ty Goldsberry in the line of shooting 2.
And we're still on 2-for-2 watch for the Titans. The first one is up, and it is no good. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, and at this point, we might be jinxing it. Like, they haven't been able to go 2-for-2 at all tonight.
They get the rebound off of another missed free throw. Gavin Lowe's driving. His shot is no good, and he'll be at the line.
Bit of a lucky foul there, as Gavin Lowe was kind of right underneath the basket with nowhere to go with it. Kind of just threw it up and was able to draw the foul.
We're going to try and not mention anything about the previous Titan free throws and see if they can make both of them. The first one is up, and it is no good. I don't know what to say. I haven't seen this from the team all year.
Yeah, they're lucky they had that third quarter run, because if they were relying on free throws, they'd be losing right now.
That is something that needs to get fixed. It really started with that Highland game, and it hasn't been the same since, as Bishop lays it up and in for the Eagles. Lowe passes it to Jackson. Jackson to Lazarus. He lays it up and in. Great job by the Titans going underneath quickly.
And those backdoor cuts by Lazarus have been lethal tonight. He's got 6 points off of them.
Lindquist passes it to Wilson. The three is up. It is no good. And they're going to call a foul on Caden Jackson.
Got to give props to Skyline. They're staying in this game. They're pressing the Titans on defense. And they're still going up strong in the paint, trying to get fouls, trying to make their shots.
Lindquist going against Goldsberry. He passes it to Rasmussen. Rasmussen against Owen. And now Lindquist has it once again. He's trying to drive, and it's swatted away by Goldsberry. The Titans have numbers. Caden Jackson is driving. He passes it to Gavin Lowe. His three is no good, but rebound Lazarus. Second attempt by Lowe, but that one is good.
Like to see that rebound from Davian Lazarus. The more he's able to learn how to get inside and crash those boards, the better he will be for this Titan team.
Rasmussen responds with a three of his own, as Skyline refuses to go away just yet.
If the Titans can hold this commanding lead, you can expect to see some more of the seniors come in tonight on senior night.
Gavin Lowe passes it off to Lazarus. Now Jackson was open from three, didn't take it. Owen gets it back to Jackson. He finds Gavin Lowe. Gavin Lowe tries to go around Bierman, isn't able to. Davian Lazarus' three is up, it's no good, rebound Wilson. Skyline going quick now, Bierman drives, lays it up, and it's no good, but a foul called on Ty Goldsberry. That'll be his third of the game.
Bit of a late foul there on Goldsberry, but again, I'd like to shout out Goldsberry's defensive presence tonight. I thought it would come more from Jack Evans tonight, that the Titans would be relying on him for some defense. But no, Ty Goldsberry has been hauling in the rebounds. He's been making hustle plays on defense. He's been making tough shots on offense too. So he's been kind of an X factor for the Titans tonight.
Bierman made the first one. We'll see if he can make the second and go 2 for 2 from the line. He is able to. Skyline implementing a full court press. It was not very effective. Jackson finds Owen. The 3 is up. The 3 is no good. It was short. Rebound by Bierman. Bierman looking to go quickly. He passes it to Wilson inside. And those are Cameron Wilson's first points of the night. This Skyline is on a little bit of a run of their own. They're not going away.
And that shot was very nice over the outstretched hands of Lazarus. And Lazarus does not have a small wingspan. So impressive from Wilson. Wish we could have seen it earlier on tonight.
Then it was tipped out of bounds by Skyline, so Olympus will retain the possession. And that's a turnover on the inbounds pass. It's a 2-on-1 for the Eagles. Shot by Bishop is no good, and the rebound by Goldsberry. He should have passed that one off.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a 2-on-1. Caden Jackson locked him down, went straight up with him, and contested the shot about as good as you can in that possession.
Beautiful spin move by Gavin Lowe. He wasn't able to convert, though, as we're under 5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Bishop picks up his dribble. It's tipped away, but Rasmussen controls. He drives, passes it to Wilson. It goes off of Wilson's hand, and it will be Olympus basketball.
Caden Jackson making himself felt in the paint every time the Eagles drive inside. He's there to meet them, standing strong, and they're not able to even get a shot up half the time.
Goldsberry finds Lazarus. Lazarus slows it down a little bit and passes it out to Lowe. Gavin Lowe passes it to Lazarus, and the Titans are looking a little slower on offense as Lazarus loses control of the ball. And they're going to say it was off of Cameron Wilson.
And even Davian Lazarus knew that was off of himself. When he dribbled it, he put his head in his hands and was just like, oh, man.
I am not really sure how they can call that, but.
Yeah. Especially late in this game, big lead for the Titans. You don't need to try to give them those calls.
Gavin Lowe has it tipped away by Bierman, and Gavin Lowe looks to be okay after that tough collision.
Yeah, a little shaken up after the hard foul.
And they're going to call a foul on Gavin Lowe. Probably a makeup call for the out-of-bounds call, maybe? I don't.
Seems like it, because Bierman pretty clearly grabbed Gavin Lowe on that play.
Titans have numbers. Jackson with the behind-the-pack pass to Owen. It didn't work, and then a turnover. Jace Bishop is going to lay it up and in. Skyline's only down by 12.
Yeah, Olympus needs to lock in and make sure that, hey, we can keep this lead. I mean, I understand you've got to run clock, but you also have to take that shot, as Ty Goldsberry was wide open there.
They started running clock too early. This game is far from over. Ty Goldsberry trying to get around Madden Kuz-Walters. Owen's going to put up the 3. That one is no good. Goldsberry with the rebound, though. His shot is no good, and Bierman comes down with the rebound. He's running quickly up the floor, passes it. Cameron Wilson is going to shoot the 3, and that one is good. The Eagles are not going away, and they are right back in this game. But the Titans have numbers, and why didn't Gavin Lowe drive to the basket? They pass it to Goldsberry. Goldsberry to Owen. And now to Jackson. Titans are all out of sorts right now.
It's less than a 10-point game. There's still 3 minutes left. There's plenty of time for Skyline to score those points.
Gavin Lowe nearly loses control of the ball. His mid-range shot is up, and it is good. Hopefully that's able to calm the Titans down on offense a little bit, because I don't understand their strategy right now.
Yeah, well, lucky for them, Gavin Lowe hangs in the air, spins, and gets it.
And David Rasmussen hits the three as Skyline is within 8 with 2:30 left in this game.
And here is where you see if the Titans had been making their free throws. They went to the line many times tonight and shot. None of them have gone 2 for 2 from the line. If they had made their free throws, they would be up by more than 10. They would be up by significantly more, and we talked about it all night, and we thought the Titans had it with their commanding lead, but now you're seeing the effect that missing free throws can have.
James, that is a great point. I mean, I don't know how many times we can mention it, but they have just been awful at the free throw line, and it's costing them right now. We're now at 2 minutes left in this game, and we've got a close one as Caden Jackson draws the foul.
His third, fourth team foul on Skyline.
And while they should have made their free throws, I just don't understand taking the ball out of the air with 5 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, you've got to continue to stay aggressive and look for shots.
Right there, as they did off the inbounds pass, Gavin Lowe lays it up and in.
Yeah, and there was no one to stop him as he just got ahead of his defender, and everyone was at the half-court line.
Rasmussen's three is up. It rolls in and out. Rebound by Luke Owen. And then by Caden Jackson. Have to wonder when Skyline starts fouling. It looks like they are going to start fouling now, and I think that will put Olympus in the bonus.
And Luke Owen, someone that you're okay with having at the free throw line. We'll see, can he break the curse for the Titans tonight?
Luke Owen.
Luke Owen at the line. 1:46 left, Titans up by 10. The first one is up, and it is good. And now the second free throw. It's up, and it goes in and out. They still haven't gone 2 for 2 from the line tonight.
Wow.
Rasmussen to Wilson. The three is no good. Rebound Owen. Gavin Lowe brings it up the floor quickly. Skyline going to foul soon, I believe. They're trying to foul anybody but Gavin Lowe, but now I don't understand what Skyline is doing, because they've got to foul if they want to stay in this one, as they finally do.
Well, if there was anyone else to foul, that's probably the second person you don't want to. He's the second leading free throw percentage shooter on this team, 70%. So a little weird that they kind of kept forcing the ball back and forth between Gavin Lowe and Caden Jackson.
2 for 2 challenge for Olympus. Can they finally complete it? The first one is up and is good. That's a good start.
Yeah, that shot was pure. Can he do it again, though?
There's 1:17 left in this game. The Titans are up by 12. They probably have it secured, but it's a lot closer than it needs to be. Second one is up, and it is good. The Titans finally go 2 for 2 in one trip at the free throw line.
And it's very nice that they did, but they needed to do it a lot earlier in this game.
Gavin Lowe brings it back out, and he is fouled. And now Skyline's going to play the foul game, which should make this game a lot more distant than it really was.
Yeah, and 13-point lead, but that doesn't tell the story of this fourth quarter, as Skyline got it down to 8. Hits, I believe Rasmussen and Wilson both hit threes to shorten that huge Titan deficit.
Now checking out of the game is Davian Lazarus, Ty Goldsberry, and Caden Jackson. Coming in is Jack Evan and Malachi Phillip, the seniors.
Shout out to Ty Goldsberry. On his senior night, he had a game with 7 points, but his presence was felt in the rebounding department, as he had, I don't even know how many, but offensive, defensive, and he was getting rebounds all over the place and making plays tonight.
Him and Owen off of the glass were so important for the Titans tonight. Even on the offensive side, too, getting those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and when you factor in his rebounding, it's really hard to say who had a bigger impact tonight, Luke Owen or Gavin Lowe for the Titans.
And so Rasmussen lays it up and in. Coach Marcus Frazier calls a timeout and just trying to see if there's any way, trying to draw up a full court press to force some turnovers is probably the first thing, and then you have to assume they'll stop fouling soon at some point.
Yeah, and 13 points in less than a minute, it's almost unheard of, and you need a very good three-point shooter on your team, and they've shown some flashes in this half. However, there's not a clear person to go to on the team.
The Skyline just didn't get hot from on the floor until it was too late, really.
Yeah, and they really, when they needed to capitalize was when the Titans were missing all their open shots early in the first half. And if the Skyline Eagles had been able to make all those layups they missed then this game would probably be a lot closer.
It was a valiant effort from Skyline, though, to try and come back. It's very honorable that they didn't go down without a fight, as they made this very interesting, as Olympus gave them the opportunity to do so.
Yeah, you always see it in these rivalries. Even if, you know, a team like Olympus has kind of got the clear advantage, anything can happen, and when they make it interesting like that, it makes the rivalries all the more fun to watch.
Gavin Lowe is fouled as he was running up. He wasn't fouled, excuse me. The Titans just call a timeout, so we have yet another stoppage of play. Matt Barnes just didn't want the 10-second violation, as they were dangerously close to it.
We see right now the lineup, all seniors and the junior guard, Gavin Lowe, into the game to finish out this, what's been a very impressive senior night for the Titans.
Not only an impressive senior night, but a very impressive regular season where you didn't really know what to expect coming into this season. They lost Dutch Dowdell, they lost Jordy Barnes, two of the best players in school history, yet they've somehow continued their region dominance, really.
Yeah, and it will be very interesting to see how this team starts to compete in the playoffs, as they need to get in these high-intensity moments. We've said it all night, free throws, efficiency at the line.
Yeah, they have a lot to fix going into the playoffs, but hopefully with that first-round bye, they get an entire week off. That'll help them. Gavin Lowe with a nasty move, and he loses control of the ball.
Ran off about 29 seconds, though, so, you know, even with that turnover, it's okay, as there's no shot clock left.
Bo Bierman passes it to Jace Bishop. The three is good. And as long as Skyline doesn't foul, that'll probably do it. They get the turnover, though, and the layup by Lindquist is up, and it's good. And now that'll do it tonight as the Olympus Titans win their rivalry game. They win the Battle of the Rock 56-48. What are your takeaways, James?
Well, for the Titans, it's free throws. They need to make their free throws, and if they do that and they come out hot, then they will have no trouble in the playoffs. Another thing I saw, when they started pressing in the second half, their defense immediately got so much better. They need to come out the gun on the press. And then for Skyline, it's all about making your shots. It's all about taking advantage of those opportunities. When you're playing against teams like Olympus that are normally scoring in high volume, you've got to take advantage of those opportunities and score in high volume when they're not.
And we'll see where these two teams are seated next week. It'll most definitely be, Olympus will be getting a bye, that's for sure. The question is whether they'll be the 1 seed or the 2 seed with Orem. Before they took the RPI off of the website, it was Orem at 1 and Olympus at 2. Not that it really matters, they both get a bye. But now, and for Skyline, they'll definitely not be getting a bye. They'll probably be hosting a first-round game. And who knows, maybe we see this matchup again.
Yeah, that would make it all the more exciting, seeing these two match up in the playoffs.
I can guarantee you Olympus, if they go far, they will be meeting up with someone like Highland or Alta again. 5A Region 6 basketball is just so good, and now that we're in playoff time, they're going to play a meaningful game and a very close game at some point.
Yeah, and shout out one last time to all the seniors on this team. Great night tonight for specifically Luke Owen and Ty Goldsberry, making a huge impact in helping the Titans win.
That is right. They have all been huge for the Titans this year. So thank you all for watching another edition of Olympus Basketball on OlyTV. This concludes our regular season coverage, but we will bring you both playoff games here at Olympus High School. On Tuesday, the Olympus girls basketball team will host their first round playoff game at 7 p.m. Then on Friday, the Olympus boys basketball team will host their second round playoff game after the first round bye. We hope to have you all here for these big games, and we'll see what the opponents of Olympus will be this coming Sunday and next week. Now, for the entire production crew and Mr. Miller,
I'm James Schwartz.
And I'm Lucas Pierce. Have a great President's Day weekend.